Hello, this is Miss Meredith. For my first virtual Summer at Your Library program, I will be showing you how to make these borax crystals using a few items you probably have around the house already. I will also be briefly explaining the science behind this experiment. But before we begin, let me show you what you'll need. For this project, you will need borax, a heat-resistant glass container, some thread or string, some pipe cleaner. Now, the color of your pipe cleaner does affect the color of your crystals. If you have purple pipe cleaner, for example, you'll get purple crystals. If you have white pipe cleaner, you will get white crystals. If you want to color them, you'll need some food dye, and you will need a skewer. You don't have to use a chrome skewer like me. You could just use a wooden bamboo skewer or even a pencil. And just to note, this project does involve using a stovetop and boiling water. So any kids who might be watching, please pause the video and get an adult to help you before continuing. So the first thing you want to do is, depending how big you want your crystal, is take between 1 to 2 pipe cleaners and twist them into the shape you want. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 pink pipe cleaners and put them together. And when you're assembling your pipe cleaners, you want to avoid having large gaps in them, because if you do, that could cause there to be holes in your crystal. All right, so I have my pipe cleaner in sort of the shape I want. And now I'm going to go ahead and tie a string to it. All right. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and boil the water. So I have my water boiling now. So what you do is you add your borax to your boiling water. Now, how much water you use is up to you, but you generally want to start with at least 3 cups of water. And as for how much borax, the rule of thumb is about 3 to 4 tablespoons of borax per cup of water. So what you want to do is super saturate the water, which is basically put enough borax into it that it can no longer dissolve. You just keep adding and stirring. borax, what you want to do now is pour the water into your glass container. So my water's in my glass container. What I've done is I've tied my pipe cleaner to my skewer. I'm going to go ahead and suspend it into the water. You want to make sure the pipe cleaner is not touching the sides or the bottom, or it will stick and it'll be a pain to get free. So what you do now is you simply cover the top with a piece of cardboard and you let it sit for at least 12 hours. So we're going to let this sit overnight. So the pipe cleaner has been sitting overnight. You can see that crystals have been forming around the cup. Let's go ahead and take our pipe cleaner out. And there you have it, some lovely crystals. So let's take this out completely and we'll discuss the science behind this experiment. So these are the crystals I made. This is the one you saw me make. It sat in 2 cups of solution. This one used 3 pipe cleaners, 4 cups of water, and about a cup to a cup and a half of borax. So if you want larger, chunkier crystals, submerge your pipe cleaners in more solution. Now the science behind this is that borax crystals are made because hot water holds more crystals than cold water, which is why you need to boil your water. When the water is hot, its molecules will move faster, making space for the borax crystals to dissolve. The goal with this experiment is to achieve saturation so that no more of the borax solution can be dissolved in the water. But as the solution begins to cool, the molecules of the water will start to move closer together again. This means that the solution can no longer hold onto the borax in the same way. That's how the crystals begin to form. The crystals will have to go somewhere, and they begin to build on top of one another as the water cools and evaporates. If you tried this experiment and you couldn't get any crystals to grow, the culprit almost always is your solution wasn't saturated enough. So just pour the water back into the pot, add some heat, and put in more borax until it stops dissolving into the water. Then go ahead and try growing your crystals again. If that doesn't work, there might be impurities in the water that's causing issues, so you could try using distilled water. Another issue might be you're moving your container around too much. It's important that your solution is able to sit overnight undisturbed, so make sure it's put in a place where no one's going to be moving it around. I hope you enjoyed this experiment, and I hope to see you for our next summer program.